Morning, guys. I have just finished grading your 1.1, 1.2, and your factoring review quiz. It looks like everybody did a really great job on 1.2 and the factoring review quiz. Some of you guys struggled on 1.1, which was the midpoint and distance. So I wanted to go over that quiz with you guys. I'm going to share my screen. Pull it up for you guys. So then we can kind of look at this and kind of go over, okay, what were the issues, okay? So question one pretty much wanted you guys to do the 6 different problems and you were determine the distance between each pair of points. I think most of you guys got this one right. There may have been a few of you that got partial points on this. So let's see if I can. All right, so this one, it's not what when we're doing the distance point, remember it's the square root of your x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Now, if you did it with y first, you could also do it because this is an addition. You could do either one first. It doesn't really matter. And you could also do your x1 minus x2 first and your y1 minus y2 first. But because it's squared, it doesn't really matter which one you do first, as long as you do the same order on both of these. So when I look at 10 and 10, I know that I'm subtracting those. So 10 minus 10 squared plus, and then I'm going to do the -4 minus -8. Okay, so -4 minus -8, which is going to end up making a plus here. So this gives you 0. And then this is -4 plus 8, which is 4, which is 16. And we know the square root of 16 is not 8, 4. So we would pick 4 on that one. Okay. The next one, you would do 10 minus 0. We could do, 0 minus 10. And then 4 minus 8. Square root of that. It's going to be -10 squared, which is 100, plus -4 squared, which is 16. And so the square root of 116 is going to give you about 10.77. See if that answer is up here. Let's go back to the mouse. Yep, so 10.8. This was 4. This one, 10 minus 10, we know it's going to be 0. 8 minus 8 is going to be 0. What's the square root of 0? It's just going to be 0. That one's going to be 0. 10 minus 10 again, it's going to be 0. 4 minus 8 is going to be -4. So that's going to end up being -4 squared, which is 16. And the square root of 16 is 4. Make sure we're doing this right. 10 minus 10, -4 minus -8. Yep. All right, and then 10 minus 10, and then 4 minus 8 is going to give you a -4, which is squared, which is square root of 16. All right, and then let's do this one. 10 minus -10 squared plus 8 minus 4 squared. All right, that's going to be a plus. That's going to be 20 squared plus 4 squared. And 20 squared plus 4 squared, it's going to be 416. So the square root of 416, which is 20.39, which is 20.4. And then the last one down here, -10 minus 10 squared plus 8 minus -4 squared. Square root of that, that's going to be -20 squared, which is still going to be 400, plus 8 plus 4 is going to be 12, which is 12 squared, which is 144. So this is 544, and the square root of that is 23.3. All right, let's erase some of this. All right, the next question was going over midpoints. And remember, the midpoint formula from the videos is kind of the average of something, or the middle, which means you're going to end up dividing it by 2. So that means you take your x's and you add them together and you divide by 2, and take your y's and you add them together and divide by 2. Now this one is just giving you a 1 dimension. So that means we're just looking at 2 of the numbers. So you take 4 plus 10 and you add them and you divide by 2 and you get 7. You take 20 plus 0, you add them together, you divide by 2, you get 10. Negative 10 plus 8, that's going to be negative 2, and negative 2 divided by 2 is going to be negative 1. 20 plus 20 is going to be 40. 40 divided by 2 is going to be 20. This is going to be negative 18 divided by 2 is negative 9. And then negative 3 divided by 2 is going to be negative 3 halves. Okay, that one should have been an easy one. I don't know if you guys missed it just because you didn't understand what the question meant when it was giving you 1 dimension, or you just made careless mistakes. Let's go to question 3. A lot of you missed this one. This wasn't supposed to be a hard question. I think it's just threw some of you off because of the symbols in here. This is a mu symbol. So to determine the midpoint, we've got 3 dimensions. You still treat it the same way, okay? So we have 5 mu plus negative 5 mu divided by 2. That's going to give you a 0. Okay, that's 0 on top, divided by 2 is 0. 7 mu plus 7 mu all over 2, that's 14 mu. Divided by 2 is going to be 7 mu. And then the last one, negative 3 mu plus 13 mu divided by 2 is going to be 10 mu divided by 2, which is 5 mu, which would have been number D, answer D. All right. I know I didn't answer all the other ones on that one, but we're just going over these so you guys can kind of see what's, I think some of you guys missed number 4, which were just definitions. So that means that you guys are not even looking up the definitions while you're taking it. You had time to do that. The distance formula is nothing more than the version of Pythagorean theorem. That was in your notes, in the videos, also in the book. The 0.40 is considered a, well, let's just look. If you guys don't understand this part, where is 40 at? 40 is on the x-axis. And notice that the y is 0. So what would this be called? Well, this is called the x-intercept. Crosses the x-intercept. Length, width, depth, and blank are the 4 dimensions. Time. All right. The midpoint formula involves find the blank between the 2 x values. Find the average. Another name for xy rectangular coordinate is the Cartesian, Cartesian coordinate system, and the point 0, 4. All right, let's draw that one. Where is 0, 4? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. What axis is on? This is on the y-axis. It crosses the y-axis. Notice x is 0 here. Okay, when x is 0, that's going to be your y-intercept. When y is 0, that's going to be your x-intercept. This is intercept. Okay. All right, question 5. Question 5. This one is still going over midpoint. Let me leave that back up there. I should erase that. Let's see. X1 plus x2 divided by 2. All right, so again, we just add these and divide by 2. Negative 10 plus 10 is 0 divided by 2. Negative 8 plus 8 is 0 divided by 2. That's going to be the ordered pair. 0, 0. 5 plus 15 is 20 divided by 2. 4 plus 12 is 16 divided by 2. That's going to be equal to 10, 8. There really was no reason for you guys to miss these because these are really simple questions. All right, negative 5 plus 15 is going to be 10. And negative 4 plus 12 is going to be 8. It's going to be 5, 4. All right, negative 10 plus negative 10 is going to be negative 20. That's going to be negative 10. And 8 plus negative 8 is 0. 0. Right, because 0 divided by 2 is 0. Negative 10, 0. 10 plus 10 divided by 2 is going to be 10. 8 plus 8 is 16 divided by 2 is going to be 8. 8. Let's see, last one. 10 plus negative 10 is going to be 0. Negative 8 plus negative 8 is negative 16. Divided by 2 is going to be negative 8. 0. All right. And then I think we have one more question. So erase this. And so this was another mu question. A lot of y'all missed these. I'm guessing just because the symbols threw you guys off, but really just treat the symbols just like they were numbers. Determine the distance between these, okay? Again, the distance formula. X2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Square root over all of it. So this will be your x1, y1, x2, y2. All right, we subtract them. So 15 mu minus 7 mu, that's going to be squared, plus 11 mu minus 5 mu. It's going to be squared with the square root. All right, so 15 minus 7 is going to give you 8 mu. 11 minus 5 is going to give you 6 mu. All right, this is going to be 64 mu squared because we have to square both, right? So that means 8 mu times 8 mu, which is 64 mu squared. And then this would be 6 mu times 6 mu, which is going to be 36 mu squared. And then 36 plus 64 is going to give you 100 mu squared. Remember, these are like terms. And then we take the square root of that, and that square root of 100 is going to give you 10, and the square root of mu squared is going to be mu. So 10 mu was the answer to that one. All right. Let's see. I didn't do question 2, but so that is a good review of all those questions. Let me know if you guys still have any questions on this. I'll be happy to help you guys. So far, everybody seems to be doing really well in the course. Some of you have missed a few quizzes. We will do a lot of quizzes every single week. They kind of count as your tests and your assignments. So even if you missed a few, your grade should still improve. You guys need to make sure if there is a discussion board though, that you're doing a discussion board. They're easy. That's an easy grade. And if you decide, when we get closer to the withdrawal date, the drop date for this class is, let's see, last day to withdraw is November 8th. So you still have plenty of time to determine if you want to stay in this class or not. And I would wait till closer to the time to see. Now, obviously, if you miss weeks on weeks on weeks, I will be withdrawing you, or you need to go ahead and withdraw. But anyway, all right. Please, again, reach out to me if you're having any questions, and I will be happy to help you guys.